And welcome back to the Sports News Now. I'm joined by Dennis Quinn, the head coach for Milton Boys Hockey. Dennis, thanks for joining us here today.
Thanks for having me.
So how did hockey get started in Milton?
Janesville Youth Hockey is for Janesville and Milton, and the school district and people in the community got together and decided that we should have our own hockey team now that we have numbers coming up through the youth program of Janesville, and they saw the potential for the program, so they started the program.
Fantastic. Now you mentioned Janesville Youth. Is that kind of where your kids come from? Because Milton doesn't have a youth hockey program, correct?
Milton does not have a program right now. All the players are coming out of Janesville Youth Hockey. Projecting out the next 3 or 4 years, we're looking at getting 4 to 6 new players every single year, which will put us at about 28 players in the next 3 years, 4 years.
Fantastic. Is that the only place you guys are pulling kind of youth players up, is from that Janesville Youth?
Youth players are coming from Janesville. There are some kids in surrounding areas that maybe don't play for Janesville, such as some Edgerton kids or Whitewater kids that could eventually, because Milton is the only place that, besides going to Madison, that is close to Milton. So
sure. And this was your first year as coach, correct?
Correct. We just started the program. We just got through our first year. Only 14 players. We ended up 3-13 in our first year, which wasn't bad. But really looking forward to next year and the young talent coming up.
I could imagine for a first year, that's impressive. Do you have any specific moments or things that stick out from you about your first season?
Our first home game of the year, we got our first goal and our first win in front of our own fans at our first home game. That's a pretty big moment. The only other one that sticks out is we beat Madison LaFollette 3-0 with only 9 guys, which is really hard to do at the high school varsity level.
Wow, that's impressive. What are some of the program goals or maybe personal goals you have going forward for next season?
Well, now that we have the foundation laid and the groundwork and the systems put in, I don't graduate any kids this coming season, so the fact that I'm going to have some leadership, I see us building on that, becoming a better team, not only record-wise, but also with the kind of hockey that we're trying to play in Milton.
So that's a big advantage for you to have. You're not going to be graduating any upperclassmen, as you said, so you're going to be returning your entire team?
My whole team returns. My goaltender was a freshman last year. Wow. He took over 800 shots, so he's like a junior now. So we're very fortunate that we're not going to graduate any, and we got that good experience in our first year.
I could imagine. Well, great job on the first season. We look forward to hearing more about Milton hockey and hopefully, a reinvigorated second season coming up.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Dennis Quinn, head coach of Milton Boys Hockey. We'll be right back on the Sports News after this.